Welcome to Learning Ally and our volunteer family. Dictionary.com defines an ally as a person that is associated with others for some common cause or purpose. Our common cause is student success, and the hundreds of thousands of students that we serve appreciate your help in ensuring that they have equal opportunities to learn. Do you believe that all students deserve to succeed and thrive? That every student should be able to reach their full potential? That education is a right, not a privilege? Learning Ally is a leading national nonprofit 501c3 with educational solutions proven to transform the lives of struggling students by eliminating reading as a barrier to learning and life success. Our vision is for all people to have equal opportunities to learn. Our mission is to promote personal achievement when access and reading are barriers to learning by advancing the use of accessible and effective educational solutions. Let's watch a short video that shows where we started and where we are today.
At Learning Ally, we often say that education is a right, not a privilege. This was the vision of our founder, Ann T. McDonald. She understood that education is the key to transforming lives, especially for students who struggle to read. With her guidance, Recording for the Blind was launched, producing audio textbooks for blinded veterans and others who couldn't access the printed word. From its very beginning, the organization was powered by volunteers, all united around Ann McDonald's vision to help thousands of students read and succeed in school. The National Achievement Awards were launched in 1959, when Mary Onslager endowed a scholarship for blind and visually impaired members, putting a public spotlight on our student success. And for many years, these amazing students were honored at the White House and shook hands with presidents, vice presidents, and first ladies. As decades rolled by, thousands of students who struggled with dyslexia and learning disabilities began reading and succeeding with our support. To honor and inspire them, Marion Huber endowed our Learning Through Listening Awards in 1991. As Recording for the Blind and Dyslexic, we extended our reach to support more students who struggle with reading. And now, as Learning Ally in the 21st century, we've expanded beyond audiobooks to surround students with dynamic communities of support, to empower them and teach self-advocacy. We are partnering with researchers and training educators to understand how students who struggle with reading learn best and how to help them thrive. And every year, the tradition continues with a remarkable group of award winners being honored for outstanding academics, leadership, and service to others. What comes to mind when you hear the words student success? Do you think of improved test scores and soaring grades? Do you picture a child who struggled with reading, blossoming with a love of books? Or students with disabilities bucking the odds and graduating at the top of their class? Even whole school systems rallying around new ways of learning and empowering their students to succeed? It's all of those things, and much more. Something magical that happens when students' lives are transformed. Our National Achievement Award winners represent millions of students who learn differently. Join us as we celebrate their accomplishments and the power of education in transforming lives.
For the 1 in 5 with learning disabilities like dyslexia, the struggle to read will be lifelong. It's a neurological difference, documented in brain imaging, but not a sign of low intelligence. This means their potential can be significantly higher than their reading ability. For many, reading is a barrier to learning that causes pain and suffering. If not dealt with, they may not reach their potential as successful adults. Think about it. 3.2 million children between K to 3rd grade are learning to read, but struggling due to their learning difference. and 7.2 million between 4th and 12th grade read to learn but continue struggling to absorb their assigned material. Learning disabilities impact not just children, but the entire family and classroom. The cost to society is staggering. More than 50% of students with dyslexia perform 3 grade levels below their enrolled grade in key skills. 20% of students with learning disabilities like dyslexia drop out of high school. For each student who doesn't complete high school, there's a lifetime loss of $260,000 in earnings, taxes, and productivity. 39% of people with learning disabilities will be unemployed, and 55% will have an encounter with the criminal justice system within 8 years of leaving high school. Traits of these students closely mirror those at risk for substance abuse: low self-esteem, loneliness, peer rejection, academic failure, and in fact, 60% of adolescents in treatment for substance abuse have a learning disability.
Do you believe?
I remember in the 5th grade, I literally tried to drop out of school because I was so tired of it. If I was still thinking back then, I probably would have already been dropped out, and I'd probably be a bad kid.
Blind and visually impaired students need our help too. Only 12% of Americans who report significant visual impairment will earn a college or advanced degree. About 60% of working-age adults who are blind or visually impaired are unemployed. 30% of those between 21 and 64 live below the poverty line.
Being a blind student in a mainstream school, everything was harder. It means everything comes in print in a mainstream school.
Today, we reach over 340,000 students and 80,000 educators in 22,000 schools across the country. Elementary, middle, and high school solutions that drive success include reading programs, educational tools, and accessible content, student empowerment programs, school and community partnerships. We're asking for your help to reach the millions more who could benefit from our services. We've evolved from an audiobook provider to a broad educational solution that drives student-centric learning in the classroom. In addition to our digital library of over 80,000 human-narrated audiobooks, including textbooks, literature, and popular fiction, we also offer Teacher Ally, an online management tool that allows schools and educators to add and certify qualifying students, assign books, track progress, and more. And then there's our Link app, available across most major platforms and devices, with features including bookmarking, sentence-level synchronized text highlighting, voice text, and note-taking capabilities that allow students to interact with their books just as they would with the printed text. We've created programs that foster student empowerment and create more supportive communities for students who struggle to read print. Youth services, including our in-person YES Youth Examples of Self-Advocacy program in Colorado, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Utah to support K-12 students with learning differences. College Success Program, research-based curriculum and mentoring program for blind or visually impaired college students. National Achievement Awards for LD and BVI students and educators that support them.
Children that have never been able to read before are now discovering new ways to learn.
We have thousands of active volunteers, including those that support audiobook production, those that support our youth programs, and those that spread awareness, support advocacy, and make philanthropic contributions. You can help us produce audiobooks. Production volunteer opportunities include narrators for textbooks. We're looking for friendly voices that can read aloud with fluency, which is critical to comprehension for students with learning differences. Narrating literature is more than just converting words to audio. We are looking for narrators that will bring books to life through their voices. Based on the needs of our students, we have a stringent audition process to find the right voices to match the content. For some subjects and textbooks, especially at the high school and college level, our narrators may need subject area expertise. They may also need to describe images, figures, charts, and other visual elements in textbooks. Listeners are very important production volunteers, critical to delivering high-quality audiobooks and a positive student experience. Listeners provide quality feedback to narrators on the production of audio content. This includes highlighting issues with fluency and tone, mispronunciations, audio issues, and other reading mistakes. Do you use audiobooks? You could be a good listener for Learning Ally. There are several other volunteer positions that support our production system. Help us fundraise and friend-raise. Our annual Building Books campaign provides an opportunity for you to get your friends and family involved in supporting student success. We strive for 100% participation among our volunteers. You can fundraise at any time, though. Setting up your own peer-to-peer fundraising campaign is quick and easy. Your donation helps Learning Ally deliver audiobooks, mentorship and advocacy programs, and teacher training that makes a huge difference to deserving students across our nation and within your community. You can also help us spread the word on social media. Parents, help us moderate the Learning Ally Parent Chat, which consists of 4,700 very active members. Students and parents, join our Learning Ally Student Stars Facebook group. Students, via their parents, share book reviews, ideas, and tips related to print disabilities privately with Learning Ally staff. We will then share those with other students on our various social channels and networks. Teachers and educators, share your ideas with us and other teachers. We'll distribute ideas on our social media channels and give you credit. Help moderate teacher talk as well. With the generosity of people like you, we can transform millions of lives. Thank you for getting involved to help struggling students.